Captain America is supposed to be a symbol of freedom, but in this future, he's the last man that still remembers what freedom even means, and the world he wakes up in doesn't want him alive. Welcome to Avengers Twilight. Our story begins with Steve Rogers, but this isn't the hero we know. He's older now, worn down, living in a world that has moved on without him, a world he no longer recognises. Everything changed after the Ultron catastrophe, a global-scale disaster that destroyed cities, shattered trust in superheroes, and gave governments the excuse they needed to take control. What rose from the ashes wasn't peace, it was control. A fascist system built in the name of safety, where freedom is now considered dangerous. Heroes are no longer seen as saviours, they are seen as the reason everything fell apart, and Captain America is treated like a relic of a failed era. Steve Rogers has a flashback around the fallout of H-Day, a catastrophic event years prior when many heroes died. Spider-Man, also known as Peter Parker, was one of the most predominant deaths. He died in Captain America's arms after a brutal fight against the villains. At the centre of this new world is Red Skull, no longer just a villain in the shadows, but a political symbol of order. He represents the ideology that now controls the system. And alongside him rises James Stark, the son of Tony Stark. But unlike his father, he doesn't build to save the world, he builds to control it. Together, Red Skull and James Stark oversee a system where surveillance is constant, resistance is illegal, and freedom is tightly regulated. Steve Rogers is no longer the perfect symbol. He's tired, angry, but still standing. And for the first time in years, Captain America picks up the shield again, not for a country, but for what is used to represent. Tony Stark is gone from the centre of power, but his legacy still remains. Advanced systems, weapons, and surveillance networks, now repurposed to enforce the government. The Hulk is no longer a hero or a monster roaming free. He's contained, a living weapon that the government keeps on standby, as a reminder of what happens when power goes unchecked. Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. She represents something different, a new generation that grew up in this controlled world, but still believes heroes should exist, even if it's illegal to say it out loud. Steve Rogers refuses to accept this world, but he's alone, a symbol without a country. But then we get to the breaking point. Something changes. Steve learns the truth. This world wasn't just the result of chaos. It was shaped, forced into what it is now. The Ultron disaster wasn't just an accident anymore. It became the justification for everything that followed. Steve realizes he can't do this alone. Not the Avengers, but the Defenders. This isn't a government-approved team. It's a resistance built from people who still believe in freedom, even if the world calls them criminals. While the government controls the surface, the Defenders operate in the shadows, attacking infrastructure, freeing prisoners, and exposing the truth about the new regime. And so this is where everything finally explodes. Kamala becomes the heart of the team, keeping hope alive in a world designed to erase it. Red Skull doesn't ignore the rebellion, he tightens control, using ideology as a weapon. James Stark sees Steve as outdated, a symbol of a world that needed to die. But Steve sees James Stark as something way worse, a man using intelligence without morality. After everything the Defenders have done, breaking prisoners out, exposing the truth, hitting the system, it all leads to one place, a direct clash with the people running everything. At the same time, Red Skull is turning the public against them, calling Captain America a villain, and then Steve makes his move. He doesn't hide anymore. He leads the Defenders straight into the heart of it, because this isn't about staying alive anymore, it's about ending the system. And in the middle of all this chaos, you get this moment. Steve Rogers, older, tired, beaten down, standing there with the shield again. Not running, not hiding, just standing his ground. And Miss Marvel, she's broadcasting everything, showing the world what's really happening. And for the first time, people actually see the truth. and that's when Steve fully becomes Captain America again. Not because of the suit, but because people stop believing in him. In this moment, it isn't just a battle anymore. It's the world deciding what it wants to be, controlled or freed. And Captain America is standing right in the middle of it, not trying to save the system, but trying to give people a reason to fight back. Because he didn't come back to save America. He came back to remind it what it's supposed to stand for. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, then this comic is called Avengers Twilight. It is made by Chip Zdarsky and Daniel Acuna. If you did like this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Links to the comics I mentioned in this video are in the description below. It won't cost you anything extra, but if you use them, then it'll allow me to continue doing what I love and it will help the channel out.